What is up, everybody? It is Ride with Will, and today we are going to be changing the throttle body of a DRZ400. So what happened here was the plastic was old, bike fell, and pretty much since the plastic was rotten and old, it just snapped apart. As you can tell, everything here is all together as in one unity. So go ahead and remove both screws from the metal housing. Just remember the top one is the longer screw. Go ahead and remove the rubber housing and then the metal casing as shown here. So there's some little grooves here. Just remember when you're putting this back together, those little grooves slide right into that metal casing in here. So go ahead and take out the cable out of the cams here. And you can kind of see how everything is all integrated into one. You have the cams, the throttle body, the throttle sleeve and the grip all into one. So once that breaks, all that has to go for the DRZ at least. And since you have everything apart right now is a good time to go ahead and clean the handlebars, go ahead and clean the cable, and go ahead, and if you do have some cable lube, go ahead and drip that into the cable housing as well. Also go ahead and inspect all your cables, make sure everything looks good and everything is in working order. So I ran into a little bit of a dilemma here. I ordered a Motion Pro throttle sleeve, and unfortunately they sent me the wrong one. Now I didn't feel like returning it, so I went ahead and used this anyways. I'm going to go ahead and order the correct one. However, this works fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just I had to use a Dremel tool to kind of grind it down because a DRZ has like this little stopper, which further ahead in the video, I'll go ahead and show you that. So this is the picture of what the throttle sleeve should look like. As you can tell, the cams are sticking out just a little bit. And also there's like a little guard or a little stopper for the grips and stuff. It's very similar to the OEM one, except everything is all integrated into one. So the easiest way to do this is go ahead and put the return cable on the very first hole on the cam. Go ahead and wrap it all the way around. And on the next hole, go ahead and put the throttle cable. So I'm going to go ahead and do this at another camera angle. So as you can see, I put the return cable onto the first hole. I went ahead and wrapped it around. Went ahead and grabbed the throttle cable and put it on that last hole there. If I could just squeeze it right in there. Okay. And once all that is complete, go ahead and get the metal casings. Just remember the little groove. Go ahead and plug in that groove onto the metal casing. Go ahead and clamp the case together with your own hands and twist the throttle. Make sure there's plenty of play and you can go ahead and twist it with no problems. Now go ahead and put in the two screws back in. Remember the longer one goes on top, the shorter one goes in the bottom. And go ahead and twist it back and forth just to make sure it springs right back in. And pretty much you're all done. So pretty much after installing the new throttle tube, my bike was revving pretty hard. Figured it had something to do with, I don't know, something tugging the throttle cable, which in fact it was. The issue with the sleeve was that the metal casing has a tiny little stopper or a groove, and when I twisted the throttle, the cable casing would get stuck to it. Well, it's most likely due to the incorrect sleeve that they sent me, so I pretty much had to Dremel it down and lower the cam just a little for the groove not to lock into place and extending the throttle cable. So with a little grinding of the cams, everything works perfect. So as you can see, it twists smoothly and does not rev anymore. Only issue is there is no grip stopper, which isn't a big deal, but make sure you get the correct sleeve with the similar cams, just like the OEM that I have here.